But Aaron, very excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, you've been on the show before, and
at least a dozen times.
Yeah, I've never interviewed you per se.
Yeah, we've never really interviewed you.
No,
we just like to have fun with you. That's all.
So typically I come in and we talk about movies.
Yeah, and we're gonna do that. We'll get to that too. But I know. I think one time, I'm sure this is recorded, where I kept on referring to you working in the biz.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone's really curious as to what that means.
Well, Aaron, what's the biz?
The biz.
No, you missed the first question.
No.
Aaron, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
That's good. I'm glad you're good.
Okay, now, Aaron, I'm going off script. I know I wrote down a whole bunch of questions, but first off, let's just say,
wing it.
Yeah, what's the biz?
What's the biz? Well, the biz is short for business.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. You're really good at this. What else is it in reference to?
So I think when you say the biz, you mean my business of choice, which is film and TV.
Show business. That's the biz.
Show biz. Do you think that came from Hollywood?
No, I actually think that came from Broadway.
Oh, like South Broadway?
New York Broadway?
There's no business like show business.
There's no business like Showtime Pizza.
There's no biz like show biz.
Did they say it like in Shakespearean days? Was that something he coined?
Oh, Shakespearean?
There's no businesseth as showeth business.
Thou shalt not. Well, no, thou shalt love the biz in the show biz.
Peter, that's the Bible.
Oh. Yeah, that is the Bible.
They did it back then too.
I don't think anybody in the Bible had a Z in their name.
All right. Well, this interview is off to a great start.
I think so too.
Yeah.
How'd you get started in the biz?
Interesting question. Actually, Peter got me started technically.
What?
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So, Peter came up to me out of nowhere. He's never shown interest in this before, but he's like, "Hey,
let's
I wrote
make
this."
a porn.
No, you've shown plenty of interest in that. Yeah. We almost did one time, but that's a story for another podcast.
Yep, not this podcast.
The camera broke. Anyway. Just kidding.
We've been friends for a very long time.
Sorry, Danny. So Peter came up to me one time and was like, "Hey, I wrote this script. Evan and I want to do this movie." And at the time, I had no idea how to make a movie. I love movies. I've loved them my whole life.
What kind of movies?
Any kind of movie, really. I've loved them since I was a kid. You get me started talking about movies, I'll talk your ear off.
That's true.
And I won't stop.
Aaron you got me kind of really, I mean, I like movies, but Aaron's the one that really opened the door because Aaron let me watch rated R movies.
That's, again, with the sex tapes. But
are you so you're one of the pioneers of the podcast because of that. I mean, you let Peter watch rated R movies.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Peter.
There's a lot of people yes, thank you. There's also with the terrible movies. I think that was also Justin has a hand in that too. He showed me a lot of bad movies.
That is a weird.
Justin and Evan really turned me on to B movies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Evan had that too.
They would always introduce me to some really obscure crap.
Yeah.
But anyway, I always love movies, and I had done some show biz as far as music. I'd done staging for a while, so I had some experience at that end. But when you asked me to do a movie, it just clicked, and I dove into it. I was like, "Oh, you want to do this? Let's fucking do this." I went and got a camera. I did all sorts of. At the time, was a lot of work for me.
He came back with a shot list for this short film. Man, that's the hardest we worked in a long time. Because
that was a lot of work.
I was setting up. I don't even know how this all planned out. Because I mean, there wasn't really set. I talked to Aaron about it. He's like, "All right," and then you just come back. Here's a shot list.
Yeah,
got a camera, and I was like, "All right." I did all this production side with props and shit like that, and then it just kind of it all. I think it helped
too. I had just gotten my gym had closed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I was between jobs, and that really helped. I was had nothing to do.
You're welcome. I think that's why. Is that why I came to you too? Hey, you're not doing anything right now.
I don't know. Honestly,
That's how Peter
it
attracts
doesn't
his
surprise
co-hosts.
me because you've done stuff like that before. Like we've always kind of experimented and dabbled with stuff,
Yeah.
but that was like one that we took exceptionally seriously, and it's out there. It's called The Stray.
Yeah.
It's our first short film, and after that, it was in the back of my mind. Like I knew I wanted to make more short films, but then we were at Comic-Con and I met Vincent Gonzalez, who is actually a really big assistant director, and he's local. And he had told me, they're doing this course for production assisting, and I had kind of been curious about stuff like that. Like, especially when we were at Comic-Con, I'd always go to the booth and be like, man, I've always wanted to like be in the biz or see what the biz is all about.
Yeah.
And so this was the one time I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll go. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, because I was always there with you during Comic-Con, and I thought the exact same thing, but I had a full-time job, so I didn't have the time to go do it.
Yeah. And it's a big career change. And I was, like I said, I was in between careers, and I actually started nursing before I went into film and TV. But during this time, I had met with Vincent. I was kind of getting more and more curious. And then I just decided to make the jump and start getting production assistant jobs, which is basically entry level film and TV work.
And the thing that you went to that he was selling was like a crash course on like, hey, here's the lingo, and this is where you go and find these jobs, right?
Right. Well, he was really good about just being honest. Like, it's freelance work, and it's all about networking, and it's going to start out really slow, but if you stick with it, you can make a career out of it. And that, to me, that was never scary. Like, I was like, plenty of people make a career out of this. Yeah. Like, if you want it enough, you just put the time in. And for the first year, I was working 3 jobs. It wasn't like overnight.
Oh, wow. Yeah. When I assume too, like you were kind of used to that too, because of you were a personal trainer. You were pretty much, running your own schedule, pretty much kind of like your own business type. So like it's all up to you. It's make or break. If you don't put in the time, you're not going to go anywhere. And I think that's the issue. Like people are in the biz, like they want to be in the biz.
They eat ramen for dinner.
No, I eat really good stuff for dinner.
I eat ramen.
I rarely eat ramen anymore.
I love ramen. So
did you just want to talk about ramen?
Podcasters, they eat ramen.
Tonight we have Aaron Tanguma. He has 4 years experience as a stagehand, which include setting up audio, video, lighting, staging for live concerts, private parties, corporate events. 10 plus years as a recording and performing musician. You were a musician?
Did you Google me?
What is this on Wikipedia?
From?
Utilizing guitars, pianos, vocal equipment, extensive experience with various audio.
Did you just write a bio on him?
I did. No, I did it. And configurations for performing and recording. Directed and filmed a short film where responsibilities included pre-production, prepare a shot list, shoot schedule, script rewrite.
Is this your resume?
Where did you get my resume?
I've got a photo of you on it. Yeah, look at that.
Are you fancy? Did you wear a tie?
Does that staff me up?
Denver Media Pro.
What the okay, guys, apparently I'm on Denver Media Pro.
So
nice.
Also,
we're gonna hire you.
I am on IMDb.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you on there.
Really?
It's for The Stray, probably. But The Stray
I wish.
Is on the B Movies and Beyond YouTube, so you can check that out on there.
It's on my YouTube too.
And it's on there.
My YouTube.
Do you know how many views you have on yours?
I can tell you right now.
Because we have 190.
Yeah, and my goal was to catch up to you guys.
Okay, so
I'm sure they'll probably be easier. Guys, go keep on watching that thing. I've watched it lots of times because I really enjoy it.
It's a good one.
If it counted all my views, I've got 37 views.
Oh,
it's my other 2 short films that have more views.
What
Aaron.
I was in both of them, which that was
yes, you were.
I'm very proud of that.
I like casting you.
Yeah,
you're a decent actor when you're not looking at the camera.
Is your most recent work The Engagement Plot?
Second to most. I just wrapped The Happy Camper, which is the same production company.
Okay, so you did The Engagement Plot. You were in the art department of Red Winter.
Yep.
Red Winter.
I was a prop master for Red Winter and art director for The Engagement Plot.
Wow. All right, so hold on. Top photos.
So I'm just curious. So like, all right, so you do this crash course. You start applying for these jobs. You start getting some of them.
Hmm.
And then I mean, from there you just keep on getting more and more gigs, or it's. I mean, how do you get more? People just
So-
like you.
I mean, that really is it, and that's why I say networking is such a big part of it. But I tell everybody now, what I love most about this work is you build your own value.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can do it, someone will pay you to do it because there's plenty of need out there. And if you work hard, like it did not take me long to get a local network. And at this point, I could get any production assistant job I want in the town.
What does that mean? A local network?
Just of
Oh,
crews.
so
So
people.
I
that you're
started
familiar
with one production manager. Now I work with every local production manager in Colorado, as well as some out of state. And that's just building.
I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of strange. Denver Media Pro literally has your phone number in your current location.
Right here at the podcast, the kitchen studio.
Looks like it.
I got to look into this Denver Media Pro stuff. That's
Man,
kind of creepy.
We're following you, man.
And I found you ASAP. Hey, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
How was working with Kat Stanley? 2019 Miss USA from Minnesota.
Did I work with her?
I don't know. She's in that movie, but she is smoking hot.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Because there is a group of girls. She's probably played one of the contestants. Oh yeah, we had some beautiful people on that set, including the leading man.
Nice.
That came out weird. No, it's gonna be weird. His name's Trevor Donovan. He's a pretty popular guy among the ladies in the Hallmark movies.
That makes
and,
sense.
Up TV and all this.
Up TV.
Yeah,
Man.
Up TV. What are the smaller ones? There's Up TV, Freeform,
Oh,
Hallmark. They do a lot of the smaller,
Lifetime.
and they do a lot of rom-com stuff.
I gotcha. It's so weird because I'm not I don't have cable anymore. It's all
That's
streaming
true.
services.
Which
so,
I think most of this stuff is going to Peacock.
Oh yeah, I'm sure some
stuff,
streaming service will pick it up for sure.
My
right?
favorite is Trevor's bio. Trevor grew up skiing and snowboarding during his teens and was on the U.S. Teen ski team. Trevor is
Trevor?
a true
Trevor Donovan.
Renaissance man.
Oh, this guy.
Aside from being proficient at
We're
most sports,
interviewing Aaron. What
he
are you
can play
doing?
guitar, sing, and has a
Jeez.
bachelor's degree in graphic design. I should copy paste that for you.
He's beautiful, huh?
Yeah, he's a handsome man.
And
So
he's really cool too.
So then,
See, he knows
to
cool
get,
people.
I don't really care. So the getting the art side. I mean, you just kept on pushing your. I mean, you just hey, I want to try that. Can I do that?
No,
Oh, how do you-
no. So you're correct in that the wise thing to do, and we tell this to production assistants all the time, is if you want to be in camera, get close to camera. If you want to be a grip, go shadow under a grip. So that once you're assisting,
you mean are you working for free, or you just mean you just keep on walking over there even though they're giving you assignments on their work?
a production assistant is production support. Period.
Yeah.
So you're still doing what you have to do, but what you have to do is assist the crew. And so if I wanted to be on camera, in fact, my first movie I ever did, I became the second AC within a couple of days because I was just helping them out. And the guy was like, "Hey, we need an AC."
That's what I'm saying. How do you get? You just kept on gravitating towards that person. They didn't give you
No.
other assignments.
No, it's gravitating to. See, you'd have to have a better understanding of what happens on set. So yes, a production assistant has certain jobs that he does on set,
Yeah.
but within that, you can also attach yourself to a department and be like, "Okay, art department needs someone. I'm going to help them out throughout the day."
It becomes more
And-
niche.
Okay, so it's more
if I'm in fact, as an art director, I need PAs, and
So
so,
you're just-
if there's PAs available, I will say, "Hey, I need a PA," and usually for the entirety of that shoot, I will be given a PA. So if you want, as a PA, you go for that assignment.
Yeah. So at the beginning of this shoot, is there hey, I need these people, assign to these people, and you just quickly ooh, let me do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
More or less, as a production assistant, you have that
Production
freedom.
assistant.
And that's kind of how you can specialize and work your way up. The production assistant's a great entry level position. There's a big debate whether or not film school is a necessary thing. For the most part, I tell you no, unless you want to get into the real technical stuff. It'll give you a head start with camera and audio.
Yeah.
But as far as getting you work, you're going to start out a PA and work your way up no matter what. So that's how you kind of
If
you
you
attach
stick
yourself
with
to a
it.
department. Now, when you asked me about art department, I got kind of pulled in because I was helping them once. And we have a fantastic art director in town. His name is Joe Crowley, and he started hiring me as a set dresser.
So he
And-
liked what he saw from you from when you're a PA at some point, or
Yeah, and he
working-
just asked me once. He was like, "Hey, we need a set dresser for this," and it was actually a really cool Food Network show. Had a blast on it. A lot of like I tell, because I want to get into audio, but professionally, I tell a lot of people the art department stuff's more of a hobby. Like I love building stuff, and I've dabbled with a bunch of art stuff, so fun.
yeah.
Also, the art department personality really fits me. So over the past few years, he kind of started me down that road. Once you're started down a road in this business, it's really hard to deviate because you get offered better money.
Yeah, and you want to take that. It's not
you
back
get
to the
more
PA
work.
where you're like, oh, let me go try that.
Exactly, which I'll still do PA work, but the art department stuff, it's much more fun when you're on set contributing to the creative process.
I never realized what you've worked on. You've worked with NBC Sports.
Yep.
Xfinity Rewards. I see Sonic on there. Did you do something for Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic the food, fast food.
Did you meet the two guys in the car?
No, so they're getting away from those. I don't know if you've seen their ads recently,
Are they two hot chicks in the car?
but I was on the first commercial that they're doing. I think they're going for more of a relatable feel because they're getting a lot of just normal people eating at Sonic.
Not two creepy dudes in the car.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, they're still creepy. I met quite a few of them.
You did one for Space Force. Is this the real Space Force or Steve Carell?
This was the Space Force.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was pretty cool.
How about there's one called Stepped in Poo.
Oh, I don't know if I can talk about that one yet.
Shh. You heard it here
Is this
first.
from
Spoiler
his-
alert.
From his resume?
Yeah.
I got
Stepped
MLB
in-
Network.
If it says Stepped in Poo, that's because that's the working title.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's a Winnie the Pooh remake.
So do you have to sign a lot of like NDAs?
We sign an NDA for everyone, but some of them are more lax. In fact, for these two Hallmark ones, the Engagement Plan and the Happy Camper, they want us talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
get a lot of perks from this? Like, do you have awesome bank accounts with Bank of Colorado or with American
Anything
Finance
that you helped out on?
yeah, and Credit Union, or do you
No.
have a good health plan with Friday Health Plans, or
Now you do get a fair amount of swag, which is kind of annoying
what'd you do
when
for
you see how much stuff I have done.
EA Sports?
I don't remember.
Ah, that was so far back in 2020. Burger King. Aaron, it's good to have you here. It's good to have you as our friend because
Now that I'm cool.
well,
You never told me this before, but now that you see how cool I am,
I'm sure you met the Army. I mean, dude, you worked with Space Force. That's just
Is there one that like
Yeah.
stands out for you, like that? Like you're like, oh man, that was like a defining moment, or just maybe super cool.
you know what's
To
funny?
be
I
a-
think your first one, because my first one was really
Is that just because it's new? You're excited about
yeah,
it?
and it's really easy. I don't want to say you get what's the word like disenchanted, but
Yeah.
it does become a job, and like I get excited while I'm working it, but then it's really easy to go on to the next job. And I haven't done anything that I'm like super like I'm working my way to do stuff that I want to do. I got a horror movie coming up in the next couple months that I'm really excited for.
Yeah,
And
that sounds really
that's
cool.
more along the lines of stuff I want to do. But I
That
mean,
you're
they're
art
all
director
great.
on, right? You're gonna be art director.
I'm going to be art director on that one as well.
Yeah.
Which is a heavy load for horror movies.
Yeah, you're.
That blood does not happen in one take.
oh wait, no, we know. Remember?
Yeah.
We shot Nikki in the face so many times.
So many times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Aaron also helped us out with Two Dudes One Bed with a classic scene with he did my my special effects for my throat
I
slit.
did a
For
nope.
Happy Death Day.
I did a
Yeah.
prosthetic for Peter, and you did a classic shitty director move on me.
What did I do?
So this happens to art directors a lot because we have to have a clear vision of what the shot's going to be so we can decide how we're going to address the scene, right? So I remember asking you, hey, Peter, so there not going to be any close-ups of this thing, right? Because I was going to do a prosthetic on your neck. So you were like, oh, no, we'll do it from far away, which made my job easier. So I designed the prosthetic to be filmed from far away. Next thing I know, we're right over you, about 2 feet away, and you can see my tube coming out of your neck. I was like, I can't use this for my resume.
Aaron, it's B movies and beyond, man. Like, I mean,
I know.
would you expect anything?
But that stuff happens at the top too.
That's true because
finish that in post, weren't we?
everything's in post. I don't know how to do any of that shit.
That's like,
it was a change in the fly. Like I just felt like it was needed to be closer because it was just weird or however I edited it, I wanted it different because I just felt like it needed a cut to close.
Was that
no, like you make a really good director. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, thanks.
That was perfect.
Thanks.
It was all the time.
That's I love it. I mean, it's kind of like how you're describing. Like, I'm not getting paid for any of this stuff, but that's how I treat this podcast. It's I go and take stuff, I edit it. Some, when I have enough time, I like to do a lot of fun stuff with it or try different things, and that's just it's the creativeness of it. I think that's why I was always drawn to like movies or just anything in this kind of nature. Because I find it entertaining, even though I bitch a lot.
It's so much. Isn't it really cool when you can take part of creating it, though?
Oh, yeah.
I know you guys have had fun.
Yeah.
Like, you've done your various YouTube videos and different types of reviews. And it's
like the Sonic trailer.
It's a lot of fun. Well, your 2 guys, 1 bed thing it didn't last that long, but
because it took a lot of work and we
Exactly.
didn't have the time. But like now I understand. Like I mean, YouTube people that do these videos like weekly. Like man, there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah, that's why I really appreciate. Like I know we're in the era of the creator right now, and I'm not going to knock on it. I think it's really cool that everybody can be a creator.
Anybody
I love it. Also, though, that it's not that hard to stand out. You just got to put that little extra effort into your design.
You got to smash that like and subscribe button.
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, it's promoting too. Like you stand out a little bit, you're promoted enough. You can have some really crappy and shoddy camera work, but if you have like something that's just really funny, people like to watch. I mean, you just never know when you're gonna strike gold. But like, I mean, that reminds me too. Like, Aaron has done a couple of those competitions for like 1 minute like short film things. That's what I started in, and I had a great time doing that.
Why did the tone of your voice completely change?
That's what
because I started.
You went into like Trevor Donovan mode. You were just all of a sudden like you went from Peter the host to Peter the actor.
Yeah,
that's what I started.
That's right.
It's like the Liberty Mutual commercial.
Yeah, but I had so much fun, and I think. For a while, I've been asking, like, "Hey, what are you gonna do something?" And you're "Hey, I got an idea," and then nothing happens.
That's a double-edged sword because I'm doing so much. Professionally, the scripts are done. Ooh. Really, what's holding me up now is money. Like, because the 60-second things were great, but things get bigger, and
they're like
you want to do more. You want to do more,
and so I keep trying to. I'm trying to work out. I'm basically in the mental pre-production process right now of how I'm going to pull it off. One of the big things is monster makeup. I'm not sure how big I want to go, how big I can go. Because I'm in the biz. At this point, I still want to keep my stuff really small. I still want to hire you guys to act in them.
Yeah.
Because those are fun. I don't want to go out and be like I haven't changed in that regard. I don't want to be like, hey, now I got to get real actors and hire some real people. Like, no, I want to keep it low budget. I want to keep it fun.
Yeah. What? I mean, speaking of that, I mean, what is like? I mean, what's the end game, man? Like, what do you think?
I have no fucking clue.
No. Okay.
Because if I'm being honest, like I still love performing. I'd love to be in front of the camera sometimes.
You really are a good performer. Again, go to 2 Dudes 1 Bed when we did the Power Rangers.
I haven't watched that one. It's so
I'm always shocked because I tell other people and they just show up in normal attire. Aaron shows up in character, like it's like he had this guy totally fleshed out. I'm like, wow, I don't even know what I told. I don't think I gave you any direction at all. Like,
I think you gave us a little bit.
like
Like
you're just kind of like a nerdy. Like you were a PA.
Oh,
That's what you were.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yes, for two dudes one bed for the Power Rangers. I told you, all right, you're the guy that's gonna get coffee for people on it, and you came up with like a whole backstory that was like, oh, okay.
You showed up with coffee.
I take it
Go
very
with it.
seriously.
Yeah,
coffee.
Yeah, you're very funny in that. And,
But I've also enjoyed making those short films. So like I want control, especially now that I'm in the business and I've seen that there really is a collaborative process, and I understand why some crappy things end up getting made, because if you don't have a director who has a clear vision, knows how they want to tell the story, it's just going to snowball and stuff ends up with compromises. I guarantee most products don't end up the way they start. Some collaboration you have to deal with.
yeah,
But like I could imagine myself directing some stuff, because if I want to get some things made, I want it done my way. That being said, that's a really big hat. I don't know if I want to wear that hat.
okay. That was like, I mean, it sounds like you want to, but maybe on smaller projects.
If
right
it's something
now.
I really want to do and I end up having the means, by all means, I'll probably do it.
So is that the only thing that's keeping you back? Is just the money aspect of it?
It's not just money. It's also like
Timing.
if there's
time
something
and
I
stuff.
really want, like
Yeah.
subject matter.
So
and
you
all that.
need So you need to have a desire and means.
desire.
Isn't that
means-
everything? Right. That's
Right.
everything.
So what we
Okay.
need is more people to smash that button
That's right.
and then get us paid so we could just
do
pay
we do
Aaron.
the ad music for this?
We need
We're not
capital.
there yet.
Oh,
so
he's
we
gonna do
could-
the ad music.
We need capital so we can all stop working
Mhm.
and start doing
YouTubing.
stuff we want.
Dude, I would love that. I mean, I think that's kind of like always like been in the back of my head. Like that'd be really fun to do, but it's always like, you gotta provide for, my family first. So that comes first. I have my hobbies. Like this is my hobby, and then like I live through Aaron. That's why I find this so entertaining, and that's why I ask you so many questions, because of the fact that like I just want to know more about the biz.
Yeah.
My last question, Aaron, is from like, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but just like from being in the biz, like how has that changed like your viewpoints on when you're watching movies or TV shows?
Does it ruin movies?
But no, I could see where people would think it would, but I was already kind of critical. Like, first of all, I watch movies over and over again. So the first time, I can usually get really, I guess you would say, pulled into the movie the first time I watch it.
How many times have you seen The Batman?
One time. It just barely came out. Let's try something else. Batman, I've seen it like 50 times at least.
With Michael Keaton?
Yeah.
Just 50?
Probably more. I just landed on a reasonable number.
What about Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I've watched that 3 times now. I love that movie.
Oh, it is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, I only
God-
seen it the one time.
Godzilla vs. King
Did you
Kong.
guys hear how the remake of Ghostbusters were all upset that they weren't included in the box set?
Oh, yeah.
And all I'm thinking is, duh.
Yeah.
Well, but then they compromise or put like the digital release in it. It's
Yeah.
like,
And it's like a small little code at the bottom.
Yeah,
Hey, if you want to watch
exactly.
this one, let's go
Exactly.
ahead.
Well,
Like-
the whole thing. I mean,
I get wanting to be part of the family, but at the end of the day, you weren't the intended product. So
You
just
gotta
don't-
earn it.
Well,
Yeah.
If that was a success, I mean, then I'm sure it'd be different. But I mean, it still wasn't
I
like
don't
it's.
even know. Like,
I wanna-
'cause they made their own thing.
Yeah, it's not canon. I wouldn't say it's
and
not canon.
then, Afterlife was what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's canon.
Before Harold Ramis died, that was what was supposed to happen.
Well,
Not the script, but
but really,
they were talking about
the video
making
game.
it up until Remus died.
Yeah,
they were
but the-
talking about making the third movie.
the video game was really kind of like a third movie
yeah,
with ideas from actually the original as well.
The
that they
original
did- it
third
was,
movie,
it was
right?
just no, the original movie. Like Dan Aykroyd had a lot of crazy stuff in it that just didn't fit very well. And
Do
then
you
they
count
kind
a
of.
video game as a sequel?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can count them canon, especially one like that because it had a really good storyline.
yeah, I love that
That's story
game.
based, though, right?
yeah.
Like it. Yeah. I'm playing dumb. I played the game. It was a
Oh.
good game. Yeah.
I'm just looking at it right. What?
Play?
Yes, we've talked about it. That movie is like fucking in the Ghostbuster universe. It's to me it's canon.
I
But
was
no,
so
like-
confused on canon versus uncanon for the longest time. I thought if it was canon, it wasn't part of the universe, and then if it was uncanon, it was.
Oh, you're dyslexic, obviously.
I'm very dyslexic, yeah. So, and then when I finally got like, hey, yeah, no, the Spider-Mans, they're canon. I was like, oh, that means they're in it.
Yeah.
They're in the world. Oh, okay.
yes, yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Visual representation.
You just had to have it explained to you. It's okay.
Yeah.
I have to have a lot of things explained to me.
So you don't necessarily you still enjoy movies. It hasn't taken away from anything like that.
It hasn't taken away from it. It's added to it because I notice like so much more, and it doesn't ruin it for me. Like I don't watch movies the first time this way. I like to get into the movie.
Mhm.
It's really easy for me to get engrossed in a movie, but then I like, especially series. You just notice stuff, especially beyond an art department, because a Starbucks cup in the middle of a scene, a period scene,
Oh yeah.
that's art department. And so I love noticing anything with continuity when the guy has his hat on and then the next frame his hat's off. I just find that stuff hilarious. I don't like to nitpick it because I understand how it happens,
Yeah.
but it's
What-
fun to notice.
Do you
What's
think-
your favorite like continuity error mishap?
Of all, well, the Starbucks one's ridiculous.
My favorite one's Jeans guy from Mandalorian.
Well, they fixed it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they
did fix
fixed it in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have kept him because
Oh.
people were making action figures of him and everything.
Yeah, it was really it's fun and
Like the fans.
The thing
adapted
is,
him.
though, with stuff that big budget,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so much money into it that you hate to see that in your series or your movie.
Could you imagine?
It would break my heart.
Everybody. Oh,
Yeah.
I found it.
but it makes you wonder though, like how many times like someone rewatched it though to see that.
Yeah, because
You
even
know?
like I typically don't catch stuff, and most people don't.
Yeah, not at first. I mean, I watched the whole video and like all the shit wrong with like Jurassic Park, and I was blown away by how much was there.
That's because there are nerds out there. Sorry, guys,
Like
but
and subscribe.
I don't like you people. I don't like you people that go frame by frame and try. Like I can kind of see the niche in it.
Like where you said a hand in the raptor. It took
it's
me
a
like
little-
20 years to find
Yeah,
that.
it's a little
Yeah.
bit. Or the Ninja Turtles,
The-
the freaking smiles. You can see his teeth through the mask.
I,
That freeze frame is creepy as hell.
I still don't see it.
Well, like when
They're
you're
real
watching
to
the
me.
movie, yeah, they are real.
It's okay to
right?
choose not to see.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, like I think it's fun. It's kind of interesting.
What's
but
yours,
I mean,
Peter?
my favorite continuity issue?
Yeah.
I always had an issue, and I noticed this before I watched the video, was Jurassic Park with when they've where the T-Rex comes out of, and it's the same place where they fall down really, really far, like taller than a T-Rex.
Oh, that part, not the mishaps with the raptors.
No, I didn't like because there's some that I
I
didn't notice because you're just invested in the film.
That makes
But that was
sense,
just one that was like, well, that was weird. Like, how did that happen? Like, that was just something that stuck out for a while after watching it. Again, not the first time because the first time you're like on the edge of your seat. But
I think when I don't like it is when it's on purpose and they know they're doing it to try and cover it up because either they didn't have enough money or they couldn't think of a better way to do it.
let's see
Those continuity issues irritate me.
how do you know though if it's on purpose though? Because now you would know it because if you're on the set, right?
Right. Well, because they don't try to hide it. It's not about like, and I'm not talking about continuity like cups or anything or little mistakes like hats or this.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like action scenes where you could tell they took the shortcut or
They went like I do think because again I've watched a lot of like behind the scenes where they go and like and I'm sure you can concur with this is like you plan out your shots like so much that there really shouldn't be like any mistakes like that. Like all right, they come in from this side, so that means this, and then we're gonna go back that same direction. So then that like that stuff is like thought out way beforehand.
on
so
the big movies it is. And I have compassion for it because I understand why it happens because there's a lot of sets I'm on. Like how a movie gets made, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Okay. But when it comes time for principal photography, at some point, someone decided this was going to get filmed in a certain amount of days. These days are anywhere from 12 to 16 plus. They can go very long. You have a certain amount of scenes you have to get done in a day. You have schedules with actors. And this is why reshoots happening. Like we hear about stuff happening with Doctor Strange reshoots. This is why they happen. They can't happen on smaller films.
Spoiler alert for news.
Sorry. Forget I said that.
I'll cut it. It's fine.
But so you have a certain amount of scenes in one day. This happened on the last couple movies I did is things get delayed. People don't plan properly. It's a very fluid process filming. Mistakes happen all the time. So I totally get why it happens. And sometimes you live with them. It's stupid. It sucks because a lot of people are working for it not to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's such chaos that we work in. And at the end of the day, the big stuff will get reshoots. Some stuff will just put up with.
It's like the best shot that they get, but there's something about it where it's just not right.
I was watching a pretty big movie. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Was it the Batman with the glide suit?
No, I was watching. It was at home.
That was a weird shot.
That was such a cool shot.
And you know what's funny is they explain why they did that.
Mm-hmm.
The director explained exactly why he did that to give you the feel of gliding, which is kind of cool.
And it's not even just the feel. It to me. Sorry, we're gonna go way offline here. But this Batman seemed like a homemade, secluded Batman to me.
Yeah.
He didn't have a big tech company.
Not yet.
It felt like he made the money, he had the brains, and was like, I'm not going to design a cape that can fly. Well, there's glide chutes and parachutes and all this, and they just built it into the suit.
It's realistic in that part, and you also get the why they did his face is because there was a lot of fear in it, and it was that point where you understand. All right, it's a very young Batman, and also the fact that like, oh yeah, he's probably never tested this. He's not prepared for this, but he had to do what he had to do to get away.
I really love the humanity in this Batman.
That's a really cool, iconic shot if you think about it for superheroes who just devours. That's one thing you always see, them jumping off a building. And that initial fear that they get is like, oh, I would get that, the first time Tobey Maguire was jumping off the side of the building, and swinging or Kick-Ass. I think he failed. Anyway, but
Kick-Ass got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
But it was an origin story. They just didn't rub it in our face. So I do like that they communicated that without communicating it.
Rub it in your face is also known as blaring up your butthole. Or
Hey, this really? I've never heard that one before.
Okay. Well, Aaron, I really appreciate you're right. We did go very long on this. But
well worth it though.
Yes, thank you.
Well worth it.
Thank you guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah, from I was gonna say, all right, we're done with you, but like, thank you for this. Like, I think it gets me all like excited again. Like, I really want you to go and do something, or just like, hey, I need your help making this thing. It also makes me like, want to try to come up with something kind of simple and just do it really quick. Like that's the position that I'm in right now.
I have a concept.
Are you like Jedi mind tricking me right now?
Right. Peter and I, you directing our own Sonic commercials. Not the Hedgehog, but the fast.
The weird one. We'll be the weird guys now. Yeah. I just had Sonic today and it was delicious.
It's so good now.
We could take on the commercial industry right now. That's actually not that hard.
You're saying we can make up our own like production company and do commercials?
Absolutely, you can.
Remember,
commercials hire small production companies.
Oh, because they want to do it cheap.
They hire no. Commercials are where the money's at.
Oh yeah, okay.
Commercials.
Why do they hire small companies then?
Because they don't need big production crews. They just need creative people.
Yeah, dude.
People, and it's not hard to get a production company and say,
record on their phone.
I can do, especially depending on the type of commercial. I've done a lot of food porn, which is actually really fun.
What does that mean? Food porn?
Is that making
it's really
the milk with the
when you watch food commercials, whether it's fast food restaurants, like you see the close-ups they do and it's slow motion.
Oh yeah.
These processes are some of the most tedious, hard processes I've ever done on set, and it's hilarious. It is like it's what I imagine a porno set is like, because we dress up the food. All the lights are on this one single fucking hamburger, and you're doing the weirdest shit. Like I have to go in sometimes and melt the cheese just before the fucking camera comes on.
Yeah.
And
Is it real
we
cheese?
glue shit. No, usually it's not. Pizza,
So-
it's glue.
That was what I was going to ask you. Is that like I've always heard that the food is really not real. It's
Well, no,
like not you can't.
Aspects of it aren't real. But
Okay.
we have like a position is a food stylist. It's part of the art team.
Yeah.
But it's specifically people who make food look beautiful.
You don't know what kind of rabbit hole I've been down watching videos of people make.
I've
set
seen
props.
the pictures you post. I know exactly what kind of rabbit holes you go down.
Follow us on Instagram, and you can see the pictures
Please
I post.
do.
Yeah, I got plenty of Aaron. Aaron's riding Yoshi in this one.
Cool.
What else?
What do you mean? What else? We're moving on.
Yeah, God.
I just want to talk to Aaron.
Aaron, how do you support the show?
You listen to the podcast. You
Where do you
go to our
listen
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
B Movies and Beyond. You visit the website, bmoviesbeyond.com. What else do I do?
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Follow our social medias. Because why not?
Yeah. What,
You
what
follow
are those
that
links?
idiot, that idiot makeup guru. So follow B Movies and Beyond.
Good point.
Yeah.
If you can like and subscribe their shit, you should like and subscribe our shit.
You got to smash that
We're
button.
way more entertaining.
Yeah, smash it.
And click the bell. Or flick the bell. Is it flick the bell?
Oh, yeah. Set up alerts if you want to know when we post.
Yeah. That's even
And you
better.
definitely want to do that.
It's usually Mondays. Or you get awesome stories from us. And how else can you put money in our pockets? Just keep the show going.
Well, you could buy some of our merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like cool death note shirts.
Yeah, we got great merch on the website. Hats, shirts, condoms.
Condoms.
We have condoms yet?
Space ones.
DM us. We'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen. See, we do custom work too.
That's right.
They might be slightly used, but
How do you slightly use a condom?
just one side.